Listen closely. This is how understanding begins.
There is an invisible current pulling on us every moment of every day. It's the buzz of a new notification. It's the promise of the next video in the autoplay queue. It's the siren song of a shopping cart just one click away from next day delivery. We tell ourselves it's just a little distraction, a harmless way to unwind. But what if I told you it's something far more significant? What if I told you that these seemingly innocent pleasures are part of a system that is fundamentally rewiring the very architecture of your brain? A system that is systematically raising the price of happiness while simultaneously destroying your ability to pay for it. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is neuroscience. We are living in an all-you-can-eat buffet of cheap, easy pleasure. We have become addicts, and the drug is called dopamine. But the good news is you can break free. You can reset your brain's reward system, reclaim your focus, and rediscover a more profound and lasting form of joy. The process is called a dopamine detox, and it's the first, most critical step on the Art of Ascent. To escape a trap, you first have to understand how it was built. And our trap is built on a single powerful molecule, dopamine. For decades, it was mistakenly called the pleasure molecule, but that's not quite right. Modern neuroscience has shown us that dopamine isn't about the pleasure of having. It's about the motivation of wanting. It's the molecule of desire. It's what drives us to seek, to explore, and to pursue rewards that ensure our survival. Think of our ancient ancestors. The dopamine system was a perfect survival tool. Seeing a berry bush release dopamine, motivating them to walk over and eat. A successful hunt triggered a huge dopamine release, reinforcing the behavior. The effort and the reward were perfectly balanced. Now, fast forward to today. We no longer have to hunt for our food or search for information. It's all delivered to us instantly. Our ancient brain wiring is now living in a world it was never designed for. The modern world is a dopamine casino, where every slot machine is designed to give you a small, immediate hit, keeping you pulling the lever again and again. Every time you see a notification, that little red dot, your brain releases a tiny bit of dopamine, not because you got a message, but in anticipation of what that message might be. The infinite scroll of TikTok or Instagram is a masterclass in this. Every flick of the thumb is a gamble. The next video could be boring, or it could be the funniest thing you've seen all day. This unpredictability, this variable reward schedule is exactly what makes slot machines so addictive. And we carry one in our pockets all day long. This leads to a critical concept, what neuroscientists like Dr. Anna Lemp call the pleasure-pain balance. Imagine a scale in your brain. When you experience pleasure, the scale tips one way. But the brain is a master of homeostasis. It likes to stay level. To do so, it will tip the scale an equal amount in the opposite direction towards pain. This is why the joy of eating a candy bar is often followed by a mild sugar crash. But what happens when we constantly bombard our brains with these high dopamine instant rewards? The brain's response is to become less sensitive. It downregulates its own dopamine receptors. This is tolerance. Now you need more of the stimulus just to feel the same level of pleasure. That one cookie doesn't do it anymore. You need 3. That 10 minutes of scrolling becomes an hour. Even worse, your baseline level of happiness begins to drop. The pain side of your scale becomes heavier. This is why, after a weekend binge of video games and junk food, you can feel anxious, irritable, and unmotivated on Monday morning. Your brain's reward circuitry is physically depleted. The things that used to bring you simple joy, a walk in the park, reading a book, a good conversation, no longer register. Their dopamine hit is too low to compete. You are now trapped. You need the high-intensity stimulus just to feel normal. So, how do we escape the casino? We perform a strategic, intentional reset. We undergo a dopamine detox. This isn't about becoming a monk or rejecting modern life. It's about recalibrating your brain so that you are in control, not your impulses. Here is a practical 3-step protocol. Step 1. The designated fast. For a set period, it could be one day, a weekend, or for the truly committed. A full week, you will intentionally abstain from your biggest sources of cheap dopamine. This is a personal list, but for most of us in the modern world, it includes smartphones for non-essential use, social media, video games, junk food, and yes, for many, pornography and masturbation. The goal here is to starve the overstimulated reward pathways. It will be uncomfortable. It will be boring. That is the entire point. Boredom is the landscape where your brain rediscovers its own creativity and drive. Step 2. Replace, don't just remove. A vacuum longs to be filled. If you simply remove the bad habits, your brain will scream at you to return to them. You must intentionally replace them with high-effort rewards. These are activities that require some initial activation energy but provide a deep, lasting sense of satisfaction. Instead of scrolling through social media, have a real face-to-face conversation with a friend. Instead of ordering takeout, cook a healthy meal from scratch. Instead of watching another TV show, go for a long walk or a run. Instead of playing a video game, pick up a book or a musical instrument. These activities provide a more subtle, sustainable form of dopamine, and they build real-world skills and connections. Step 3. Strategic reintroduction. After your fast is complete, you don't have to live like a hermit forever. The goal is to reintroduce these technologies and pleasures on your terms. This means setting boundaries. It means scheduling your distractions rather than letting them schedule you. Instead of carrying your phone with you everywhere, designate phone-free zones or times, like the first hour of your day or during meals. Instead of endlessly browsing Netflix, intentionally choose one movie you want to watch. You are moving from being a passive consumer to an intentional user. You are the one in the driver's seat. What happens after this reset is profound. The first thing you'll notice is that your sensitivity to joy returns. A simple cup of coffee in the morning sun, the satisfaction of a clean room, the pleasure of a good book, these things will feel vibrant and rewarding again. Your baseline of happiness has risen. Your focus will deepen. Without the constant pull of notifications and the itch for the next dopamine hit, your brain can finally settle into a state of deep work. The ability to concentrate on a single task for a prolonged period becomes your superpower in a world of distraction. But the most important change is this: you move from being a passenger in your own life to being the architect of your mind. You learn that true fulfillment isn't found in the next notification or the next purchase. It's found in overcoming challenges, creating value, and connecting with the real world. You escape the cycle of wanting, and you start the journey of living. The first step to reclaiming your mind is awareness. So, what is the number one source of cheap dopamine in your life that you feel has the most control over you? Acknowledging it is a powerful first step. Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you are ready to learn the timeless tools for building a more focused, disciplined, and fulfilling life, consider subscribing to the Art of Ascent.